Hi, beautiful people. Hey, S. Hutchinson. How are you guys doing? So I know it's been a minute, you guys. I have been really working hard here. School has school work and all those things are just it's just really a lot. But I'm balancing and I'm making it. Thank you so much for all of your love and support. And yeah, so before I get into my commentary, when I don't go live a lot, I'm kind of I get kind of shy, but I'm gonna make some collagen water real fast. Since I'm not gonna be here long, I will go ahead and pin a link, and then I'm gonna dive into the commentary. Now, this commentary for me right now means a lot because a lot of you know. So I am celebrating 788 days sober. 788 days sober, and with that being said, there's a lot that goes with that. There was a lot. Hey, Mindy. Hey, member. Thank you for being a member. There's a lot that goes with that. And if you guys are going to share your stories out loud, you're going to have to be strong. And so I'm going to give you some steps that I take. Thank you, Mindy, for being a member for 20 months. I really, really appreciate that. And I don't want you to think that I don't. I really do. I love your support. And I thank you so much. So I deal with addiction, mental health stuff. Thank you, S. Hutchinson. And a lot of people don't really understand a lot about me and why I'm still here. I've been through a lot on this app, and when you share something so vulnerable and personal, some people will use that as a weakness and try to attack you with it. But when you tell your story out loud, you help to validate somebody else. Okay, now I'm going to make some collagen water real quick, and then I'm going to dive into the commentary. Yes, I'll use certain scenarios that pertain to my life or other things that I see on YouTube. I won't use names, I don't think, unless, I need to. But if you guys talk amongst yourselves, that's fine. Let me make my water. You guys, I've been using this Korean skincare stuff. Now, I was looking for a way to bring my skincare to the next level because when you become sober, you want your whole body to be healthier. At first, I didn't like it, the double washing method. But now, I'm kind of feeling it. Things that I'm kind of feeling it. And if you want, I'll make a video about it. Maybe go through the skincare routine with you guys. You just let me know. Let me scoop out my collagen here. Oh. Let me pin a link first. Present. Oh, darn. But I don't do this for a while, y'all. Bear with me. I swear. Once I'm done with my water, I will get right into the commentary, okay? Hey, Ms. Bro. Hey, Kiki. We're gonna dive in. Let me pin that so I don't have to look at the chat. You guys don't have to come up, but if you're trying to get my attention, because y'all know when I get on a roll, I'm not looking at my chat like that. Hi, Robin. Hang on 1 second. Maybe someone, did I pin the right link? Hey, Robin, thank you for being a member. Thank you. Do you guys see that link pin? Because I can't tell from my phone. All right. So I have to go to a dance class soon. I haven't taken pre-point in like 2 years, so I'm kind of nervous, y'all. Wish me luck. Let me see. 2 scoops. Right, that's what you said. All right, let me scoop up my collagen. Thank you, Mindy. Actually, I need an extra half scoop just because I've been battling a little bit. We got to keep this skin smooth. Okay. All right, let me stir that up. Hey, Terry in the chat. Hi, you guys. I see you. Okay, the link is pinned. All right, bringing up the past. Sorry about the noise. Just let me. People will bring up your past because a lot of people. Hey, Price, the honorable villain. How are you guys doing? It's pinned. Thank you, S. Hutchinson. Do I have any mods in the chat that can drop Shelly's link? Thank you. You guys welcome my new subscribers, although they mostly come from my uploads. But let's get into the commentary. People will bring up the past because a lot of people struggle with the past, and the past is one thing that is hard to get over because there's nothing that you could do about it. And a lot of times that we get healthier, we look back and we think about things that we could have done better or differently, not realizing that we have reached a place of maturity that is making us look at things from our past in a different way. But when you were in that situation, you did the best thing that you could at that time with the knowledge and the experiences that you've had. And some of us do make bad decisions, but it doesn't necessarily make us bad people. Now, online is an interesting thing, because when I'm in my real life and I'm sharing my stories of sobriety and recovery and things like that, I'm celebrated, okay? And I don't mean celebrated in an unreal way, but what I mean is that people can see, and some people know, that addiction is a really addiction is a really hard thing to get over. I'm gonna get out of the chat right now so you guys just greet each other, okay? Addiction is a really hard thing to get over. Now, the one thing online that people love to bring up is my past. And sometimes people don't realize, why am I still standing here? I stand here on my own, all right, by myself, and I will fight with the best of them. But the way to survive that is, there's a few steps that you have to take. People are always going to bring up your past because they think that's going to be something that hurts you, and they want to remind you where you came from, because they can't accept where you're going. And there's something about them, and let's call it what it is. A lot of it's jealousy. When they see that you're leveling up and you're doing the things that you need to do, it creates a jealous feeling in some people that aren't doing the same. Because if you go from this place where you're down and out and you're struggling, and then you go over here, some people are not going to like it, because they're going to wonder, why did they do that in their own lives? Because what I notice is this: some of the worst behavior online is celebrated. And these people, these like-minded people, these funny looking thick, well, I'm not dragging, these people that are all similar will get together to become the norm, and people that are living their life and living a productive life and doing the things that they need to do. Don't worry about Lisa, only have one. Thank you, S. Hutchison. Doing the things that they need to do. Let me get out the chat channel. Those people are made to seem like they're doing something wrong, like they're the villain. Okay, like there's something wrong. And I noticed that. I noticed that people would try to devalue you. Now, I'm going to give you guys some steps. So if you have somebody in your life, and I'm bringing this up because it happens to me often, all right? You have somebody that's always bringing up your past and they want to embarrass you. You've got to realize that there are certain steps that you could take. Thank you. There's certain steps that you could take, right, to take that power back. Let me play something for you. I'm going to show this for educational phrase purposes only. Oh, wait, I don't think I have it anymore. Nope, I will not play that for you because I lost my video. So since I won't play that video for you, I'm going to share something that happened to me the other day, right? Thank you, Mama Cynthia. I haven't been live in a while. Next time I'll set it up on my laptop, but I was going to just play the audio. I could kind of paraphrase what the video was saying. And when you change your life, this is what the video was going to say, wrapped up. When you change your life, it matters. It resonates to the people that it's supposed to. And the rest don't matter because they're not supposed to be a part of your life. I was in a stream the other day, right? I was in a stream and I was enjoying the commentary. Okay, I don't mind telling y'all the stream that I was in. You guys can reference it if you want. But I was in this stream, and there's this person that I used to be friends with in this chat who had offered me an apology for some reason because of how this person just went on to attack me, attack my family, attack my sobriety. The only thing that I pride myself the most on, besides my kids, as far as my achievements in life, would be the fact that I decided to get sober. And this person had apologized, right? And I accepted that apology, but then that person went on to bring up my past, things that had nothing to do with her, question my sobriety. I don't know why she felt the need to do that. She kept trying to remind me, hey, weren't you sober? Weren't you high on drugs when you were in Georgia? Weren't you high during this time? And let me tell you something. Some people take this shit like me using drugs or something like that did something to them. right? And I'm going to tie this all in because this really isn't about me, but this is a situation that happened. And the only reason this person kept trying to bring something up from my past, which had nothing to do with what we're talking about, is because people feel a need to try to hurt you. For some reason, even though I'm sitting here with, oh, thank you, Z Sarah, even though I'm sitting here with over 2 years sober, you had this person that has lived her life, a big portion of her life, who was also in recovery. And some of you know who I'm talking about, who brags about doing the 12-step program. I didn't do the 12-step program. I decided that, you know what, that don't work for me. Okay, period. It didn't work for me. I chose to do it my way. This person went panel to panel attacking MU. And I'm like, that's fine, because one day I will be where I need to be. My point is this: for her to want to keep bringing up something that had nothing to do with her, to try to say, hey, I saw a video and you were high in that video. Number one, I was not high in the video, but that's neither here nor there. Number two, why did she take it so personal? And the only reason she took it so personal, because there is something in her that felt the need to try to embarrass me, humiliate me, and remind me where I came from. But see, when I look at these people, I see them for the ignorant, jealous-hearted people that they are. Now, I brought all that up to say this: when I go back and forth with somebody, I'm not really worried about it. And I don't even, when I'm engaging in a conversation and I realize that conversation isn't going anywhere, I need to cut that off, and you need to cut that off. So the first thing that you need to do when a person is bringing up your past is take away their power. And the way that you take, I'm going to give you guys 4 steps, right? The way that you take their power away, is you already own your past. You own your mistakes. But what you do is you realize that it took your mistakes to bring you to where you are today and the person that you are today. It took everything that you went through to shape you. And some of us are hard-headed. Some of us have to have that lesson again and again and again. Now, for me, my mistake, my biggest problem in life was addiction. Where did the addiction came from? The addiction came from a very broken place. And because I did not realize or recognize that I was hurting and self-medicating and I could not break that addiction, there was a lot of people in my life that should not have been there. But even in the thick of my addiction, I always tried to be kind. I always tried to be helpful. And when I cut a lot of people off, they went crazy. They went panel to panel, including this person that I'm talking about that was supposed to be my sister in sobriety, went on a lot of different panels attacking me. And that's not normal. And that's what I mean. We also celebrate people's unnatural, weird behavior. Let's just call it out. That shit's weird. I'm sorry, God. I'm so sorry. Y'all know I'm Christian now. That stuff is weird. So you take away their power by owning your own story, owning your own mistakes. Hey, J-Lo. And when a person brings that up, know that they're bringing up your past to hurt you. But if you've already owned it and you've accepted your mistakes, then they can't hurt you with that past because you have acknowledged it and you have decided that you need to move on. You can't make other people move on because these people want to remind you because they don't want you to see where you can potentially go and they want to stunt your goals. So the first thing you got to do is take away their problem. Take away their power. The second thing that you need to do is ask why they brought it up. So the reason I brought this scenario up is so I can reference it since I have my video anyways. So you take away their power by acknowledging it. You don't even have to respond. You really could leave it like that. But some people want to keep going, like certain people in particular sectors. So then you have to ask them, why did you bring it up? When I asked this person, why did she bring it up? What did it have to do with the apology that you extended me? And why does she feel that why does she feel that she was owed an explanation as if she was entitled to know about some part of my life that I chose not to share with her. I chose not to share that with her. We haven't spoken for 2 years. And I'm fine with that. I didn't even remember this person. But you need to ask them, why are they bringing it up at that particular time? So put it back on them. And they're going to try to deflect. They're going to probably yell. They're trying to bring up other embarrassing moments in your life. And you just have to ask them, why? That's it. That's it. Because then it's going to put the light on them. And a lot of other people, whether they see it or not, will start to see them for the a-holes that they are. Don't give in to these people and their demands because you don't have to answer to anybody about anything. You just live your life because they're not the ones. You need to answer to the people that's in your life. Hold yourself accountable, but ask them why they're bringing it up. So the third thing that you need to do is, the third thing that I do is I explain what's going on. Now, that's the third thing. When I say that I explain what's going on, I do not answer your question. No, because they don't have a right to that answer. If I choose to share a part of my life, a part of my story, I'm going to do it when I feel like it, in my timing, comfortable in my space, if I choose. So when I say to explain what's going on, in this particular case, I had to let people know the reason why this lady is so angry with me is because she borrowed money from me. So you don't explain what's going on as far as answering to them. You tell people the scenario, okay? If, you know, like I said, you can't stop at step one. But if you choose to go on, do it in this way. Ask them why they brought it up and explain what's going on. So I had to look at this person and say, wait a minute, I was there for you when you needed me. I was there. And when you needed me, you didn't care. You didn't care to ask me for money. You didn't care to call me in the middle of the night because you felt like harming and unaliving yourself. You didn't care. But now you care because you want to bring up something I did in a state that has nothing to do with you, that in a situation that had nothing to do with you. Isn't that kind of weird? You didn't say, oh, you're on drugs, so maybe I shouldn't be borrowing money from you. So I would explain in that situation, I explained what was going on. And the first step is to call them out. So what I did, when this person's in a chat and a person was listening to this person on the platform, and they said to this lady that called herself a friend at that time until I cut her off financially, right? And I cut her off financially because she would be on other panels talking bad about MU, but then she'd be calling me for money at night. And I'm like, wait a minute, I may be under the influence, but I'm not stupid. You got to go. And I'll cut you off without there's no closure needed. It's just done, right? So this person went on all these places. I cut her off. So that's the only reason she had this anger towards me. And even though she apologized the other day on the platform, what she did do was somebody in the chat said, hey, you followed MU around on all these platforms, and now you're trying to say that you were upset for whatever reason, but that's not what happened. You just started to follow her around, curse her out on these platforms, and then you borrowed money from her, and she stopped loaning you money. Now, that person in the chat, the one that was confronting me about something I did in Atlanta, lied and said, hey, I lied about the money. I didn't lie about any money. That's the situation. But you notice that these people that want to hold you to these high standards, the moment you put the flashlight on them, Hey Street in Scotland, the moment you look at them and call out something in their past, they lie, they deflect, and they can't handle it. So all these people that are holding you to these high standards, this high moral consciousness, can't handle themselves under that same spotlight. And the reason why people point out these flaws and these problems in your life is because they're hiding what's going on in their life. And they think that by pointing stuff out in your life is going to stop people from seeing what's really going on theirs. And some people can't handle it. And when you think that a liar has gotten away with things, they haven't. They're very immature. They're hard to talk to. They're emotionally stunted. And that's all that's going on. And the reason why is because they haven't learned the lessons in life that you've learned. And they stopped. They don't grow. When you see somebody that's constantly lying, you can't speak to them, they're stunted. So they don't really get away with hurting you. They don't really get away with lying because there's something biologically, look it up. There's something that happens to you when you lie and you don't experience what is it like to change. When you feel bad about something, there really is a changed behavior that has happened. And there's this conviction and this molding process, and it's part of your journey. If you didn't feel guilt about anything, you wouldn't feel the need to change your life for the better. You wouldn't feel the need because you wouldn't even think anything was wrong. If you never had felt regret, there wouldn't be that urge and that need to change. So when people bring up my past or talk about, oh, I'm on drugs, I'm this, I'm that, this is how I survived all these situations. And this situation yesterday where this lady at her at an advanced age, and nobody even called out the fact she couldn't even keep up with the conversation. She has health issues. She has life issues. I'm going to call that shit out. Stuff out. You know? A lot of these people that are judging you have so many problems of their own. And they're going to be great speakers. They're going to be able to flip a situation in a story because they want you to feel so bad about yourself. And they need that validation from other people. I don't need validation from other people. You don't need other people to validate your life. All you need to know is that you are doing what you need to do, and everything that you went through is for a reason. And if you are still here, if you're still surviving, there's a reason for that. All right. You are stronger, whether you realize it or not. And whatever you lost in the past, it's okay, because you're living a life now. If you lost your family, you are still here. You can create another family. I'm not saying not to value these people. You're still going to miss people and you're still going to have consequences of the past. But what I am saying is that you can make the best life that you need to live today. Don't listen to people that haven't gotten anywhere in your life. If you see somebody always begging and struggling and all of that, how are they going to give you financial advice? If you see somebody whose own life is a mess, well, they need to fix their life before they can fix yours. Because if you ask the wrong people for advice, you're going to live a very chaotic life like they are. And then they'll like you because you're like them and you're like-minded. I don't care that people don't like me. Okay. I don't care that I run into a chat and all these people are upset with MU. I just don't go back to that chat. Okay. Well, you know what I'm saying? So here I am. I'm very happy to be over 2 years sober. The difference between now and then is you can't have access to me. You cannot enter my life if you are not invited. I will let you in and talk to you, but the moment I feel that something is wrong, you have to go. And there is no closure. And some people don't know how to accept rejection. Some people don't know how to accept that this relationship is no longer beneficial for me, because I put a lot into my relationships. And when I don't get that back, I don't need you in my life. You have so many people in your life, but think like, if you have to talk to somebody and you're drained after that conversation, maybe that person is no longer there for you. Maybe they got issues that they need to fix on their own. And sometimes you have to let people go. Let me read my chat. That's the end of my commentary, you guys. Did y'all follow? Did y'all follow me? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all could understand me. I had to get through that. That was on my mind. So there's a lot more to some of that. But when I chose to, hey Nate, hey Antonio, when I chose to share a very private part of my life, and hey Dempsey, you understood? Thank you, Villain. Thank you, String Scallon. Okay, Mindy. Okay, y'all understood. So anyways, my chat's open now if you guys have anything on that. I finished my commentary. When I decided to get sober and I was looking at these videos, I started on day 0. Some of y'all remember. So there was a lot of relapses in there. There was a lot of, I'm telling you guys that I'm sober. I really felt sober. But some of you don't really, some people, I'm sorry, not you guys. Some people don't understand addiction, and that's just a part of the journey, right? And the longer I would go, 3 months, let's start over. 3 hours, 8 hours, 1 month, 8 months. I was really trying. And I started to think I am doing more harm than good. I was so lost. But then I made 4 months and then I relapsed. That was probably the hardest thing in my life because I didn't think I could get those months back. And I wanted to give up and I didn't feel that I could live anymore. Some of you might remember. And it took my friends, like real friends that are my friends today. I even shout her out. Lisa. Lisa's going through a very personal journey. I don't know if you guys know Forever Lisa, but can you drop her link in my chat? She's sharing a personal journey that she's going through. She would call me and like, sis, you got to keep going. She's not the only one, but her name just stood out. She would call me and be like, sis, come on. And she would pray with me before I was even a Christian, y'all. And I kept going. So when I hit a year, hey, Rachel. Hey. How you doing? When I reached a year in sobriety, I'm like, nah, no. Shall we try for 2? Now I'm sitting here at 2 years. Now think about this. I was at my darkest moment because very publicly I was sharing my sobriety journey and then I relapsed. That was, now I saved face. I came on here and I still spoke to you guys, but that was a really, really hard thing to go through. And I just remember not wanting to be here. But had I given up, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you guys at over 2 years. And I know that I have a responsibility to reach out to other people that also struggle with addiction. And the one thing I will not do as what this lady did to me, this lady who talks about her 30 years of sobriety, right? I won't put people down that's going through the same thing. Because what she's doing, even though she went through the 12-step program, is not recovery. Because a person in recovery is going to encourage people on that same journey. So some of y'all are for the 12 steps. I'm not. But it can work. It can work for a lot of people. But I don't feel that any type of 12 step or anything like that, if it's going to exclude people that choose to do it a different way, I'm not for that. at all. I can't be. It works for a lot of people, but for me, what works was counseling and really working on my past and the things that was hurting me, the things that I could have done better, things that I could never change, and being very busy. My schedule is so structured. Some of y'all know, and it has to be, because the moment I deviate from that and I have all this free time in it, it's not good for me at all. So that's what works for me. But that lady trying to attack me, she didn't hurt me. She hurt herself, because she ended up looking quite foolish, because people that have seen the scenario, seen how she went from place to place to attack me, and then to try to attack me on a panel. She don't got that kind of power. You got to take it back. You got to take it back, because there's nothing that she can say to stop the growth. My question to that lady is, why are you asking me about something that happened 2 years ago instead of asking me about how I'm doing today? Because it doesn't matter what I did in 2020, 2021, or 2019. I can't go back to those years. But what does matter is that in 2024, I'm sitting here sober. I finished school. I'm back in school. I'm working. I'm taking care of my kids. My kids love me. My family loves me. And that's it. And I happen to be a really nice person. Now, I share all that because some people message me that they're dealing with stuff in their past, regret, and they're having trouble moving on. And what I can tell you is this: you acknowledge what happened in the past, but if you stay in the past, you're gonna miss what's happening right now today. Okay, you're gonna miss the blessings. If something hurts, it's gonna hurt. Sometimes it hurts, but get outside of yourself. Go for a walk. Get out of your house. Get some vitamin D. Okay, some of y'all no. So that's all I have to say about that. I'm done with my commentary, y'all, and I hope I didn't sound preachy. But y'all understand what I'm saying. And you are not. Oh wait, let me start up here. House of Consciousness says she brings up the past. She brings up your past in front of people because she is trying to put you down, and at the same time make herself feel that she is better than you. But it won't work because you have accepted you. That's exactly right. I appreciate you saying that, Sarnetter. I missed you guys. Can y'all tell? But I've been working hard. Villain says, facts. They had to try and tear other people down to try and build themselves up. That's right. Y'all know exactly what I'm saying. I'm kind of stuffed in this leotard. What y'all say? Read what I said. What did I miss? I missed a lot of y'all comments. Let me use my my phone. Hang on. Let me use my phone, y'all. Sorry. Bear with me. When I don't go live for a while, I'm a little all, let's see. I think I got them. I'm working with a new phone. Okay, I found out something about this from a psychologist last week. I'll send you something. Thank you, Z Sarah. Streets in Scotland said, why can't people just see growth and recognize the new path someone is on? Misery loves company. Absolutely. Yes, they do. Yes, it does. So, hey, Alexis. So that's what I have for you guys. Other than that, how are you guys doing? I love you too, Alexis. Hey, Peach Tea. I finished my commentary. I try to get in and out. I've been working on a lot of things with my upload. I finished my commentary. So now I'm just going to chat with you guys. Y'all know this stuff with Trump has me in my, I have been just really about what's going on in the world and what affects us. We have this election coming up in November. So if you catch my shorts and my videos, you're probably going to see a lot of things about Trump. And, there was I think it was a senator that just was found guilty for bribery and stuff like that. Those are the things that I'm into. And that was a Democrat. It's just, I'm just really, really aware of stuff. And that feels really great because a couple years ago, I just can't believe the difference in a growth. Like, all I could talk to you guys about was, okay, I'm trying to get sober. And that had value. And if you guys want me to unprivate some of those videos, I will. That has a lot of value. And I got attacked for that, right? They called CPS. tried to break up my family. And that's all because of the stigma of addiction, right? Didn't think I deserved to be here, even though some of them have prison records, and all that stuff. But somehow they feel that, and it's only selective people. Some people talk about their addiction, and that's another thing. It's selective. It's selective, right? Who did I hurt by using besides myself? But you get another person that will talk about, hey, they're in recovery, sobriety, but in their praise. And that's because as women and as certain people, women could be really mean. Don't take this out of context, and they want to isolate somebody else. And for some reason, a lot of people wanted to isolate me. Somehow I rubbed them the wrong way, and everything I did was just highlighted, right? I don't give people the space to make commentary like that anymore. They can have it. I speak to a small group, a particular group, because I'm about self-improvement, empowering one another, and growth. And it doesn't matter if one person can understand what I'm saying and get something from it, then that's all then I did what I needed to do. And that makes me feel good. If you go through something, even if you really messed up, you really messed up your life, right? You look for somebody else that went through something similar, and not only does it do something for them, it also does something for yourself. It helps your hurt to heal. And some of us have very hard hearts and hard heads, right? And it's hard for us to move on. I have things that I am still working on. And I will continue, because life is a journey. It's about the journey, not the destination. And I have learned to embrace the journey. This part of my life, Alexis knows some of the things that we be talking about. We go into these trials, we go into court cases, we go into all kinds of things. And I'm happy to do that, because I can show you more when I'm taking a video. Like I went salsa dancing the other day. That video got copyrighted. Y'all stop striking my shit. But I went salsa dancing the other day. And actually, I think that was a music copyright. Never mind. And I can show you what recovery looks like better than I can tell you. And I feel there's value in that. When y'all see me taking pictures with my kid or posting on my community wall, I'm not posting like, hey, look at me, admire me. That's not what I'm doing. The difference in my skin, my hair, the way I take care of myself, my family, is because I am in recovery. But if I'm conversing with somebody, they try to bring up my past, you're probably not going to see sweet in you, because I'm going to call them out each and every time. I want to know, why are you asking me that? Before I block them, I want to know, why do you feel the need to intrude into my life and my space? So not everybody deserves. Some of you that have larger platforms gotta stop answering to everybody. You don't have to, but you're gonna lose, because some people will argue with you just to bring attention to their own channels, just to pull from your audience. That argument won't benefit you, because they will use you as commentary. They have no commentary. And every time you respond thinking that you're going to explain yourself, all you're doing is highlighting them and their platforms and stuff like that. So you got to pick and choose who to respond to. Some people you just ignore. You don't need to go through any steps. You just ignore them. But if you choose to respond to these people, don't give them power. All right? Don't give them power over you. They're mad at you after all these years. Does that seem normal? It's because I cut off access, and I'm very happy to have done so. All right. So that's it, y'all. I'm going to a dance class. Hey, Barn Dog. You have to watch the replay. Some of y'all might know who I'm talking about, but since what I experienced the other day is something common, I tried to speak in a way people could benefit it, but a lot of people will have somebody else trying to throw something in your face. You just have to know they're jealous, they're not happy with their own lives, because happy, successful people don't do stuff like that, right? Successful people and happy people want to be around other happy people, and misery loves company. That's for real. So that's it, you guys. I hope that y'all doing well. I do miss talking to you guys and communicating with y'all. But these classes, I start my psych classes next month, and then off to the university. And sometimes I think, why am I doing all this? Why don't I just relax? But we're gonna get it done. All right, y'all. I love you. And oh, cool. cool, Dempsey. I had fun salsa dancing. I'm going back into that whole environment where I was like, for me, it's just healthy for my mind. And salsa dancing is that kind of dance. It's a street dance. So you just jump right in there. It's a fun community, and we call them salseros. It's just really cool. So I did that the other day, and I was making a video, but the damn thing got flagged. Addiction and recovery is a process when you're weak people letting you down and make you feel less that can really cause relapse. We have doctors, nurses, lawyers, etc., who are addicts. Absolutely true, Peachtree. Very true. Let me read this. In recovery, you have to remember to love yourself. That is the only way to get through. Love you, MU. I love you too. Thank y'all for hanging out with me, and I'll talk to you guys later. I don't know if I'm gonna come back or not tonight, but I will definitely have an upload for you. Bye bye.